The final week 25 of the 23-24 NBA season is in the books, which means it's time to run it back. This is Run It Back, NBA Week in Review, LA Lakers edition. I'm Brandon Sparks, writer at thePeachBasket.net, and your host. This is the show where we recap the week that was for the Los Angeles Lakers and then highlight their marquee matchup for the week to come. Let's start by looking at where the team lands on the Peach Basket's objective power rankings this week. The Lakers overall went up another 2 spots on our power rankings to number 10 overall, going from number 15 to number 10 in the past month. The Lakers finished the week at 2-2 after some unfortunately timed sicknesses to Davis and LeBron and an injury that had a significant playing factor in the Lakers losing to Golden State and the Timberwolves. But the Lakers finished the season at the number 8 seed, and we play the New Orleans Pelicans in the play-in game on Tuesday. Let's start with the Timberwolves game. The Timberwolves game seemed to have just everything go wrong for the Lakers. Davis left the game in the first quarter with an eye injury once again, and LeBron was sick, and he didn't even show up to the game. And on top of that, D'Lo just had a very rough shooting night, going 5 for 19 and 1 for 7 from 3. And then Naz Reid, once again, absolutely ripped the Lakers apart. He scored 31 points with Cat still out of the lineup and Davis not around to provide his defense. The only shining factor from the game was seeing Rui shine once again, scoring 30 points in a game that just never seemed close. The Warriors game was complete insanity, as Davis was out with a sickness this time, along with the Warriors just seemingly reverting back to the 2016 Warriors. Clay, Curry, and Draymond all hit 5+ threes, which they have never done all together in a game, I believe. It is also the first time Draymond has hit 5 threes since 2017. That is 7 years ago. The entire Warriors team hit 26 threes, a season high, and only 2 threes away from tying the record in threes made in a game. No team has ever shot as well as they did with a minimum of 40 attempts. The Warriors shot 26 for 41 from 3, which is 63.4%. Even with LeBron back in the lineup and giving it his all, it just wasn't enough to stop the bombardment of threes from the Warriors. And not having Anthony Davis, along with just another poor shooting night from D'Lo, just did not help. So with 2 losses back-to-back, any chance of the Lakers making it out of the play-in was completely gone. But if they could win the next 2, and with some lucky losses from the Kings, who are still missing Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter, they could make it to the 8 seed. And then the Grizzlies game happened. The Grizzlies game was way too close for no reason, and it was one of the most frustrating games to watch as a Lakers fan. Rui, in the interview after the game, explained that the Lakers just played some of the worst basketball they have played this season and that everyone was just fooling around and not taking the game seriously. Now, as a fan, that sounds terrible, but I slightly understand considering that the Grizzlies were running players that were from the G League. But they completely out-hustled the Lakers, and they were actually up in the fourth quarter. But a late surge from LeBron helped the Lakers squeak out a win that the team just desperately required. If we lost that game, we would be either the 9 seed or the 10 seed, and we would have had to win 2 play-in games, and there's just no way. We could have done it, but it would have been really hard, and we prefer not to do that. The Pelicans game was some of the best basketball the Lakers have played all season, which is a complete switch from the Grizzlies game. Darvin Ham decided to coach today. He was running great plays that allowed for some easy dunks. The LeBron Davis pick and roll was amazing, and LeBron ended the game with 17 assists, which is just insane. He channeled Magic Johnson. D'Lo also returned to form and hit some great shots, so nothing could just go wrong for the Lakers this game, and they completely dominated the Pelicans, even with Brandon Ingram returning to the lineup, earning themselves the 8 seed and another game against New Orleans on Tuesday for the play-in. So Lakers don't even have to travel. They can just stay in New Orleans for the play-in. And the only problem is if the Lakers do win, they got to play Denver in the first round, as Denver got the 2 seed. But we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about the top performers, the best to do it in key categories for the Lakers this week. LeBron James had another amazing week as he led the team in points with an average of 32.7. Austin Reeves led the team in three-pointers made with 3 on average, as D'Lo just had a very off shooting week since he usually dominates that category. LeBron also had 12.7 field goals made on average, which was the most on the team. AD averaged 9.7 rebounds with 3.7 offensive rebounds. And these numbers are down for AD, mostly for missing a game and exiting early in the first quarter for the Timberwolves game. And LeBron makes a surprise appearance as he averaged 7.3 defensive rebounds for the team. He was just doing it all. LeBron James, 11 assists on average this week, 17 against the Pelicans. Austin Reeves and Jackson Hayes led the team in blocks with just on a little under 1 a game, 0.8. LeBron led the team in steals as well with 3 on average for the week. And the best game score average for the Lakers this week goes to LeBron at a staggering 31.6. All right, let's move on to the week ahead. The week ahead can go so many ways. The Lakers play the Pelicans on Tuesday for the 7th seed, while the Kings and the Warriors play for the chance at the 8th seed. If the Lakers lose to the Pelicans, they play the winner of the Warriors-Kings for the 8th seed. If the Lakers do win against the Pelicans, they'll earn the 7th seed and will play the Denver Nuggets in the first round of the playoffs. If the Lakers lose and then win against either the Kings or the Warriors, they would play Oklahoma City in the first round. And there are debates. There are debates on if the Lakers should purposely lose or just sit LeBron and Davis for the Pelicans game, as Davis did leave the Pelicans game on Sunday with some back spasms. So there is a possibility he could sit anyways, but I highly doubt that will happen. But there is debates on if they should sit LeBron and Davis for the Pelicans game on Tuesday because they do not want to play Denver in the beginning of the playoffs and would much rather play Oklahoma City. And I can see the reasoning behind that. However, we will have to go through them no matter what, as they are clearly the best team in the West. I don't see anyone coming close to beating Denver, and they're very playoff ready. Plenty of veterans, obviously, as they just won the championship last year, and just overall well put together and just ready for a playoff championship, unlike the young teams of Minnesota and OKC. So I think it is best for the Lakers to play against the Pelicans and win, which we know we can do already, to earn the 7th seed, as we do not want to gamble. We haven't beaten the Kings once this season. Sabonis completely dominates against Davis, and the Warriors can just put on another shooting clinic possibly. They have the greatest shooter ever created, along with Klay Thompson, who is really finding his stride right now. So the Warriors can just put on another shooting clinic to beat us in the second play-in game. So taking a chance against one of those teams compared to just beating the Pelicans, especially when the Kings or the Warriors will have a momentum from just winning the first play-in game, it's just way too risky. Playing Denver in the first round will be extremely tough, obviously. We have not beaten them in the past 8 matchups now. I believe we played them 4 times this season. So it's unlikely, obviously, as they are the defending champions. But I think we will give them a run for their money, and I think we'll make some waves. I don't see us winning the series altogether, but it is what it is. So the first game is on Saturday in Denver. I see the Lakers going 1-1 this week. They'll win against the Pelicans after dominating them on Sunday, and then they will lose game 1 against Denver in Denver. Let's move on to Full Court Press. I will end with a quick look at Lakers news. We call this Full Court Press. I just type in LA Lakers and see if anything interesting and worth talking about comes up on page 1. Today, this article on Bleacher Report caught my eye. NBA GM projects Lakers trade Anthony Davis to Knicks, saying you can get a huge haul. This is by Julia Stumbaugh. I hope I said that right. But if the Lakers decide to move on from All-Star center Anthony Davis, one NBA general manager believes the Knicks would be their best trade partner. And I can kind of see this. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of picks. And they can trade Julius Randle. Do we really want that, though? Definitely not. I could see the Lakers trying to reset, but I don't see them trying to do that to LeBron. If LeBron is playing as good as he is right now, there's no way we give him up. We don't give him up, but we give up on the chance of a championship and trade his his partner in crime basically for a bunch of picks and Julius Randle. There is no way we could do that, especially since we just signed Davis to an extension, which is a huge extension. But considering he just played some of the best basketball of his career this season and played the most games in his career this season, there's no way we can give up on him at this point, especially for such a small haul. Like, even if the Knicks can give us like a good amount of picks, it doesn't matter. There's nothing that can match up to what Davis has been doing this season. And that's it. That's all I got for that one. It is an interesting trade considering all the picks we could get, but that is only if we're willing to just completely blow up the team and just restart from the beginning and give up on Davis and LeBron. Maybe LeBron leaves and goes plays with wherever Bronny ends up going or something else, or LeBron just ends up, just leaving the team in general. But I highly doubt that, as he just enjoys playing for the Lakers. He enjoys LA. He doesn't want to uproot his family to go wherever he wants to go. So that's all I got for that article. And that's it. The Lakers 23-24 NBA season is wrapped. Join us next week after the play-in and Game 1 when we once again run it back.